Hi everybody, JRR here, and I'm using the older program that I used to use to compare pretty much point to point against the new program I have. This rant is over the types of people that you find, mainly in WoW, for the random PUG groups. PUG, the definition of PUG being pick-up groups. Now the pick-up group is pretty much a random group of 5, usually, that take on certain roles to accomplish a task, usually a dungeon, as a team. Yeah, fucking right. Now, I've gone out the way to not only like someone's video, but add it to the playlist for this, so I can go through the list of people I have seen and put mine after his, because his covers a major group of people. In a nutshell, we're probably going to overlap, but his is funny as hell. Please watch his version. Please, please, please watch his version. Because, like I said, his is funny as hell, but it does cover all the points that need to be covered. The first type of person you will deal with is the Go guy. Of course, I personally like it on his version because he just has a little tune, go, go. But the Go guy is pretty much the guy that shows up and either takes off running or tells you to take off running. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if there's no healer there. He just says go. If the tank isn't there, he just go. He just go. Everything about it is just go, go. He shows up. He's telling everyone else to go. But there's only 2 of us here, me and you. Go. Okay, what the hell? That doesn't work. And you'll get this. You'll get this guy because he'll often tell tank, just keep going, keep going, keep going. You'll get the board healer, which is another one. The board healer is the healer that comes in, either their primary spec or not. They'll come in and they'll complain the whole way in the thing going, oh, I'm bored. This is so boring. Pull more. Hopefully you'll get the guy that's the Go guy with this, which will unlock and it'll be funny as hell. And the reason why I bring this up is because there's a lot of healers that sit there. I'm so bored. Oh my god. Bored. Oh. Oh. I don't even need to be here. Oh my god. How the fuck am I here? I got nothing to do. I hit one button. Why am I here? Why? Ah! And you're sitting on the other side going, get the fuck out of here. God damn, want to buy everything. GAH, damn, goddamn. Unfortunately, for the board healers, they don't seem to understand, yes, the tank may be going slow, but the tank might not be confident enough in holding all the aggro. I'm just putting it out there. And to be perfectly honest, I'd rather have a healer that's bored, because that means the tank is doing his job. Putting that out there. The next person you'll get is, as I said in my last video, which I gotta make sure to upload that video first and then this one, is the DPS tank. Now this tank is in all heirloom, heavily enchanted shit, and they are going solely to out DPS everybody. Not to be a tank, mind you. They're just out there to DPS people. They're the ones that want to sit there and come back laughing at everyone, all the other DPS going, ha ha ha, I'm the top DPS. I'm the top DPS, fuck y'all. I'm awesome, y'all suck. Yep, I am the tank. I am the man. I am able to DPS in such a degree that I can take a DPS and fuck all y'all over at the same time. I don't even need y'all here. Y'all just here to make me get through faster. That's all. Now, like I point out to the board healer, which if you get this tank and a board healer, awesome. This is the most awesome thing to watch, because they will clash. It's just one of those things. Well, if you're so good, just pull fucking more. I don't need to pull fucking more. I'm the top DPS. So fuck you. I don't need to pull shit. And then they'll keep arguing back and forth. And if you get the Go guy, it's epic. He's like, I don't care about your argument. Just go, 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 go. So this, if you get those 3 together, it just becomes comically hilarious. I mean, I nearly fell in my seat one time because they were arguing so hard back and forth. I had this much time. I kid you not. I shit you not. I was running around on my little gnome mage. Yes, I have a gnome mage. I also have a blood elf mage, and I also have an undead warlock. So fuck y'all. But on my gnome mage, people were arguing back and forth, and it was a DPS tank. He was the top DPS. I think I was second or third. And of course, he was ridiculing everybody. Your DPS suck. Everybody sucks. Oh my god, I'm so bored. I'm able to DPS and tank. Now, let's keep in mind, I do mainly go as control DPS, and the fact of the matter remained that he lost people time and time again. I'm just throwing that out there too. He lost people. I had to go and neutralize the person by usually turning him into a sheep, and then he came back and attacked the sheep afterwards, and then wondered why there was a sheep out there. Gee, I wonder. Know your role. Anyway, they had enough time to argue, so I didn't even get a soda. I think I got the water started. No, I got the kettle started for some hot chocolate. Went to the bathroom, came back, got a hot chocolate made, stirred it up, sat down, and they were still fucking arguing. The water was ice cold when I started it. I just waited for a little bit, and I was like, we still got like rest of the dungeon to do. Can we just go? And I started becoming more like the go guy. The go guy was just like, let's just go. Let's just go. For the love of God, go, go, go. And I wanted to sit there and be like him. Go, 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 go. I don't care. Go. You can argue afterwards. You can go on a forum and fucking argue. Just go. Most of the time, I'm not like the go guy, but with how long they were arguing, like I said, I had time to go to the bathrooms. Well, I have time to start a kettle, go to the bathroom, come back, make my hot chocolate, sit back down, settle in, check everything over, and still had time to look at this and go, they're still fucking arguing. Next person you'll get are the fuck you pullers. That's what I'm going to call them, the fuck you pullers, the FU pullers. Why are they the FU pullers? Because, simply put, they're going to run up, pull something, and drop group. And when they drop group, they leave, but the aggro goes to the rest of the group by default, which is pretty much the middle finger to the group. These people are, well, dickish, to say the least. But it usually happens because they have an issue with one person on the group. Just one person. And as opposed to bringing it up to that person and manning up and actually having a legitimate discussion, they bitch and moan to themselves, and they pretty much drop group. Very sad, very true. And I had to pause there for a reason. Next group you'll get, or have a possibility of getting, are the face pullers. These people have never gone through the dungeon before. They're not exactly noobs, because you can tell they got heirloom and shit. They're not exactly noobs, so they probably either A, bought their account, or B, they just forgot, which happens. But they go out, and they end up pulling things that they don't intend to pull. They like zip around a corner, there's an elite going, and it chases them back, and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm chasing me, oh my shit. And you use it there, and you want to facepalm. But you end up killing it. You kill the thing, and, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I apologize. And then they take off running again. Fucking puller. Next one is the DPS race. What I call the DPS race is they're the ones that pull before the tank is even ready. Not face pull, mind you. They pull purposely. They pull for the sake of pulling. Like it's their job. Like the tank said, hey, can you pull? Now, keep in mind, I don't mind if the tank says, hey, that's a little far out for me. Could you pull that guy over here? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. That I don't mind. But when a guy goes out on his own and starts pulling random shit, like the tank goes left, and this guy is shooting arrows or throwing fireballs to the right, you know something's wrong. And you, even the control DPS is like, fuck, that noise, I'm with the tank. We're not going to fuck with that. Those are just the raw, they're the pullers that don't know any better. As opposed to the fuck you pullers or the face pullers. Another barrage of people you'll get Oh, these people. I call these people the elitists. These are the guys that raid. They are only doing dungeons because they're waiting for time for the raid. Doesn't sound so bad, right? Doesn't sound so bad? If they're on their raid tune, or their raid-worthy tune, it doesn't sound bad, right? They should know what they're doing. They should fight well. But these are the same assholes that'll come into your group, look at your group, and say the following shit. Not all at the same time, hopefully. But they'll look and go, this tank is fail. That DPS is in PvP gear, so they fail. That healer that healer has quest green, so oh, fuck this, I'm out. And they'll drop group. Or they'll actually ridicule your group the entire way. And then when you're done, they're like, finally, fucking noobs, and leave. And you're like, what? Why the fuck were you even here? Well, it's top DPS again. Great, then that means we're going to get through this faster. Now, the reason I say they're elitists is because they tend to forget that their tune started on the low end as well. It's like magically their tune was already fitted in all this. Which reminds me, if you see one of these elitist jackasses, and you'll know when they're elitists, trust me on this one, you'll know if they're the elitist category. As soon as they start saying shit, just bring it up. Oh, you've had that tune that way for a while, huh? You never been lower? No? So you bought your account on eBay? Yeah? Then shut up! Everyone has to start from somewhere, you jackass. And of course they'll try to vote to get you kicked. Because they're the raider. They know better. Sad thing is, with my control DPS, especially my DK, I'll tell them straightforward. I don't care if you're in raid gear. I would whoop your ass from here to Felwood and back again, in the middle of the Ring of Blood, in the middle of Gurubashi. I don't give a fuck. I'd whoop your ass no matter where I saw you. In fact, I'm making it a note to whoop your ass anytime I see you. I do higher DPS than you. Yeah, but I'd actually kill you. What's more important? Then shut up. And of course, the elitists get hurt, or get butt hurt really easy. Give you an example. If the tank dies, the elitist will drop group. If the tank doesn't hold aggro and the elitist gets hit, he'll drop group. If the healer gets killed because the tank couldn't hold aggro, the elitist will drop group. The elitist will not accept getting killed in a dungeon. He just won't. He just won't. It's impossible for them to die in a dungeon. It's impossible. Again, this is why I mainly go with control DPS, especially with my plate wearers, because I know shit's going to go down. No matter how good the situation is, shit will go down, and it is wise to be ready for the inevitability that is going to be pwnage on us. So if you prepare for as much as possible, you can make it easier, and the death won't happen. And that's awesome, and people will love it, and they'll be happy, and usually they'll be happy. But then you got the elitist assholes that don't know better. The next group of people will be, I know your class better than you. Almost as much dicks as the fucking elitists. And I say almost. Case in point. When I said in my last video about aggro mitigation is pretty much controlling what you do to minimize the amount of threat you generate and still do a good deal of damage to the target. Because if you generate too much threat, the item or the person will attack you. And if you're in the cloth, like a mage or a priest or a warlock, and you over-aggro something, then you're pretty much butt-fucked. They might as well just throw you over the table and just have a fun time with you. Because you're screwed. I know that's a crude reference, but most people who play WoW and play other games like it, you get the reference pretty quick. But with all that being noted, These people who know better than you. I'm not saying I'm the end-all, know-all. Far from it. You tell me about a warlock and I'm looking at you like you're fucking stupid. You tell me about a priest and I'm tilting my head like a lost cat in the middle of lost woods and fucking Legend of Zelda. You do what with what and how does that work? But when they say they know better than you, I'll give you an example. I have a Fury Warrior who just is a Fury Warrior. He hurts people. That's his job. I was in a group. I started beating the shit out of things, like normal. And this other Fury Warrior comes up and goes, why aren't you using axes? Don't you know axes do this for this stat and this for that stat? And why did you spec this way? Did you know that this spec and this way and this and that? He's putting up a whole bunch of shit that my toon has never fucking used. Okay, let me sum this up. As a Fury Warrior, you will not use Rend. There's an ability called Rend. You pretty much cut them and they bleed. You will not use this as a Fury Warrior because you have an ability that is more suited towards you. Trust me. You will never use Rend. Rend says you gotta be in a different fighting style for it. Pretty much, if you go boxing, Rend will be a roundhouse kick, and you're a boxer. You're never going to use a fucking roundhouse kick as a boxer, unless you're in UFC, and then you might want to take up a little bit just to be safe. But you see my point. You're not going to use a roundhouse fucking kick as a boxer. Mike Tyson did not kick people. He might have bit him, but he doesn't kick people. So with that being said, now that I have a pretty fair analogy with the situation at hand, he's gone on and on about buffing Rend. In a nutshell, he's buffing Rend. Use this, and Rend will do that, and do this, and then you do this, and this, and this, and Rend will do that, yada, yada. And I'm like, dude, that's all great and gravy if I was a kickboxer, or a Muay Thai expert, or in arms. In this case, it would be arms. Arms is like Muay Thai or kickboxing for the roundhouse kick, or Taekwondo. If I took any of those, then I would use the roundhouse kick. So for me to use Rend, I would have to use arms, which is like the little analogy I just gave y'all. Hey, I'm not a fucking martial arts expert. I'm trying to help here. But you'd have to be in arms to use Rend. You'd actually have to be a Taekwondo or kicking combat expert to use a roundhouse kick effectively. You're not going to be Mike Tyson using a roundhouse kick. So, as he's going on and on about Rend, I'm like, dude, I'm a Fury Warrior. It's not in my repertoire. It's not in my list of things to do. Sorry, it's not. I can't even use the fucker. Well, you need to bounce back to this and that and this and that. No, I fucking don't. Stance dancing is one thing, but just to use one fucking move? No, I'm not going to respect the arms and go back to Fury. No! Fuck you. Fuck you and your nuts. Well, you don't know how to fight as a warrior. Because I'm not your spec, you arms bastard, you're saying I don't know how to fight as a warrior. Let's take a look at the DPS. 22k DPS versus your 12. Shut up! Then we carry on to people who... DPSers... Most DPSers will shut up. Most DPSers will shut up when you have a DPS or tank. They'll just shut up. There's no point. But the control DPS is also known as the silent hero from the other video. The silent hero is pretty much one that saves the ass of somebody constantly. Like the tank keeps dropping somebody, and the fucking silent hero is one that saves people. They go out there, they stop the fucking extra person from killing the healer. They get control over the situation quickly. They stall. They buy time. They know their crowd control shit. They do everything they can to make the group effective. That's a silent hero. They're badass. They're either at the top of the DPS chart or they control the whole fucking situation to where even the healer's like, wow, that works. Unless, of course, the board healer's there, and I'm bored. Then you have the silent hero actually step out the way and let the healer get whacked a few times my god, get him off me! Just stop the fucking crying. So you see, you're going to run into different types of people, left and right, center, and kung fu. There's a lot more of them out there. There's going to be the healer that tries out DPS people. That's funny as fuck. There's... You have people who know better. You have the sub-elitists, which I call the raiders. The raiders aren't exactly the elitists yet. They're working on it. They're on the way. You can tell they're on the way to being elitist assholes. Because they'll look at your gear, and if you have PvP gear, they will bust out on you. Oh, you're gonna suck. You're gonna drag everybody down because you have PvP gear. Now, I'm gonna go on record. If you're not a tank or a healer, hell, even healer PvP gear is pretty effective half the time. But if you're not a fucking tank or a healer, as long as you're doing a job, then great. PvP gear is no more for having a little bit more stamina behind it. In fact, most of the time, if I'm a tank and I see people in PvP gear, I understand that they've had tanks that suck. So they want a little extra hit point. I get that. That's cool. I can roll with that. This goes back to the video of know your fucking role, and this goes to the other video that tells you what type of people you're running into. I hope you guys didn't mind me ranting about that. And my analogy is kind of odd and out there, but hey, it's there. So there's my little MMORPG crap. I did 2 videos, got the MMO stuff out the way. I think that's pretty good. Got both out the way. I don't even have to worry about doing it anymore until I want to do like the fancier stuff. And since I'm not that good at editing, but I might throw more actual roleplay videos up there. Like a mini history of characters and whatnot. I might do that. But until then, later.